why you want to work for those companies. So today, obviously, we're gonna hear more about Tangerine. So what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to top up my coffee, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'll see you, ladies, in 3 minutes.
Sounds great. If anyone has any questions, I'm manning the chat. My name's Alicia.
Oh, we have a question already.
Bonjour. Looks like we've got lots of people joining from all around the world. This is amazing.
Like different time zones as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be waiting for Shaw to top up his coffee, and then he'll help walk everyone through what the plan is for today.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all for joining.
I'm curious to hear in the chat from everyone, what is the weather you're seeing outside your window today? We have tons of rain and a little cool, but warmer than our typical February weather. Sunshine, oh my gosh, I wish I had that. Minus 30. Okay, I don't want that one. Lots of sunshine around the world and some snow.
Okay, good. I'm back. I see. I usually worry about every time when I host this kind of workshop. I always worry about the presenters being quiet, shy, and not very soft spoken. But I don't think I need to worry today. Yeah, you guys are really getting to know the audience, I guess, or the viewers. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. Yeah. Ishi from Cameroon. Okay, that's cool. So what I'm going to do right now is now obviously eventually you're going to have your slides is all ready to go, so you know the drill. Okay, so yes. I'm actually sharing my slides right now because I will be starting with the a few slides of our own. Okay, just bear with us. Yeah.
This meeting is recorded.
So just want to remind everyone is today's presentation will be English as usual, unless we specify like 2 weeks ago when we have a session entirely in French. So for those of you that's listening and that's our Francophone friends, as usual, you can put your question in French, and I'll try to do a rough translation and present it to the presenters, or you can do some translation on your own, or use any kind of online tool. Just do a quick rough translation, and we'll should be able to understand it. Okay, so just to let everyone, sorry. So for those of you that's well, we'll see. Maybe it depends on your requests. Maybe we could organize French sessions later on, but it all depends on. You can put that in your feedback or in your poll to us. Okay. We are, just so though everyone that's listening, we are preparing a French session for the banking sector, and this is probably going to be in April or May, because it's just all the sessions has been booked already for the coming weeks. Okay. Encore désolé tout le monde parce que tous nos présentations c'est en anglais seulement. Si vous avez besoin d'un atelier en français, mais je pense juste proposer votre question en français et je vais translater en anglais. Oui. Bonjour à tous, bon après-midi, bonne soirée. Mon nom je m'appelle Kwan, j'ai le vice-président de la Global Outreach at G-TAC. It is a pleasure to meet everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. My name is Kwan. I am the Vice President of Global Outreach at G-TAC. Thank you for joining us this morning for our weekly Meet the Employer presentation. You notice that a lot of people say that the weather affects people, because I was just telling these ladies earlier that it's like 7 o'clock. It's 7 degrees outside this morning. So even though it's raining, but I feel like spring is there. So you can see there's a little sense of little excitement in my voice this morning. Anyway, for those of you that's joining us for the first time, G-TAC, which stands for Global Talent Alliance Canada, we are your global talent pipeline builders here in Canada. We present live webinars such as the one that you're watching today, and we do employment connections, such as if you do it correctly, you could be connecting with one of these ladies or all of these ladies. If you're clever, if you listen to our workshop before, you probably know there's a few things that you can do to try to connect with these ladies without really get to know their email address. And of course, we also provide a lot of career-focused training that some of you probably already taken right now. Somebody took before, and which I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few slides later. And we also do placements. So we also work with a lot of companies, and we help them do placements, whether it's through whether if you're a Canadian citizen, permanent resident, work permit holder, convention refugee, you're on express entry pool, or et cetera, or through the GTS stream, Atlantic immigration program. All this is something that we can help you. And of course, we also provide one-on-one career-led consulting service for our listeners. So today, we're going to talk about career path in the Canadian banking industry. As you probably, for those of you that listen a lot, this is actually, I think, the second, this is second financial institution this year that we are presenting, and it's going to be presented by Tangerine Bank. For those of you that's not aware of what Tangerine Bank is, they don't sell fruits. Okay, the color of the bank, the logo is like orange tangerine, and they're not a typical bank. I have to be careful, because I just want to use based on my knowledge. I much rather let these ladies to talk about what is Tangerine Bank, but I believe they do not have a retail branch. This is my understanding, and this seems to be. There's a few trends right now. There's EQ Bank, other bank in Canada that's like completely branchless. So we'll listen to these ladies, and they'll tell you more about Tangerine Bank. And to representing Tangerine Bank, we have four lovely ladies. We have Rabia Mose. She's a senior manager for talent acquisition. We have Devanshi Shaw. She's a talent acquisition specialist. We have Alicia Richmond. She's a senior talent acquisition consultant. And also we have, okay, I have to say though, I try, but I don't want to, I don't dare to pronounce your last name. Okay, Santiago. Anyway, I'll let you do that. Sorry, because I don't want to ruin your name there. She is also a senior talent acquisition consultant with Tangerine Bank. So all four ladies will be here today, and they will be here to answer any and all of your questions. Okay. So for those of you who's not familiar with G-TAC, as I mentioned earlier, is we have over I would say probably closer to 15 years now of experience in serving skilled workers for their settlement and employment service here in Canada. We also help SMEs expand their business by helping them find the talent that they need to grow their business, as well as we do this kind of webinar where you can meet employers. Okay, and the best part about all these is all these webinar is free for you to attend, regardless where you are across Canada or around the world. So all this is for your information. We want trying to educate you, so bring you some of the latest labor market information so that you can make informed decision in terms of if you're coming to Canada, what city you want, what province you want to settle, and what city you want to settle. So you're right. So all these is going to give you informed this information will help you make an informed choice in terms of where you want to settle here in Canada. This is something that a lot of you have been waiting for, and I haven't done this for 6 months now. So next Thursday, I will be hosting again a webinar. I will be the presenter, and I will talk about something that a lot of people likes to hear about. Is called how to tap into the Canadian hidden job market. I'll be happy to share with you some of the tips in terms of how to get noticed by employers. And but of course, I'm not going to share that here in front of these four ladies, because they might put up their guard now. Now that they know the tip, they're going to put up the gate and says, oh yeah, that's Shaw's trick. Anyway, no, all this is about hidden job market. So be register on www.g-tac.ca. Again, it's absolutely free. So next week, and then on March the 2nd, we will present about some of the course that we are going to introduce as we move along in 2022 is in business analyst. Okay, analysis. Yeah, and it's going to be taught by a very, very, very experienced instructor. Her name is Stephanie Lachman-Giuseppe. Okay, so she will talk a little bit more about the course on March the 2nd. So all these is all available online. So speaking of events, this is something these four ladies doesn't know yet, but I'm making an announcement today, official, so that everyone knows, is our 11th National Virtual Career Expo will take place on April 5th and 6th, 2022. We're really, really excited. Originally, we wasn't sure if we're going to host two, but due to the demand from our employer partners and other community partners, so we decided we will host one this spring, April 5th and 6th, 2022. Registration is open right now. You can go to g-tac-expo.com. Don't worry about it. I will put this website in a chat box later, so you guys can go and register and have a live chat with hiring employers, and also to expand your network. So this is April 5th and 6th. More details can be available on our website. Okay, so this is really, really exciting. Lots of work, but it's going to be worth it, because we can connect tens and thousands of job seekers with employers, and with thousands of job openings. Now, speaking of training, we started this week already. It's our new cohort for the accounting professional training. It started on Monday, Anyone that's still interested, you can still participate. Please write to song.g@g-tac.ca. Okay, this is accounting. Anyone that want to start an accounting program, career here in Canada, or this is all taught online. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Even if you're outside of Canada, you still can take this course. And this is new, is the past electrician license training program. This one will start on Saturday, February 26th. It's for 10 straight weeks, 3 hours each week. It's every Saturday morning here in Ottawa, Eastern Time. So it could be Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, wherever you are. It's for 10 straight Saturdays for 30 hours. And this is to help you to obtain an electrician license here in Canada. And these, I know these 4 ladies are in the banking industry, but I'm sure if I tell them, we need electricians in Canada, I'm sure every one of them will nod their head. Yes, we need skilled workers here in Canada. Doesn't matter if it's the electrician, truck drivers, and you name it, nurses, healthcare workers. So all these electricians definitely a very, very short supply here in Canada, and they pay really well. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. So now I'm gonna pass the screen. Let the Tangerine, Devanshi will share her screen, and I will let these 4 ladies start with their presentation. So Devanshi, the mic is yours.
Thank you. Just 1 second. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Thank you all.
Perfect. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. We're super excited to be here and share what Tangerine is all about. So today we're going to be talking about the various departments within Tangerine, the benefits we offer, and share some of our current job opportunities. But first, allow me to introduce our team. We are Tangerine's talent acquisition team. I'm Rabia, the Senior Manager for Talent Acquisition, and I oversee a team of recruiters that support all the various business lines within the Tangerine Bank portfolio. I personally hold a Bachelor of Commerce for University of Toronto, as well as a certification in data and analytics. I'm really passionate about bringing the best people into our organization and delivering exceptional support to our business partners. I believe in working collaboratively, encouraging diverse ideas and innovation, and building an inclusive culture here. When I'm not working, I'm spending time with my teenage daughter, cooking, baking, all that fun stuff, watching crime documentaries, and hiking or doing yoga. Over to you, Alicia.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm also the face behind the chat and all the questions that you're asking. So my apologies, if I can't get to them all, I'll try my best to answer all your questions. I am a senior consultant, talent acquisition, hiring for the channels and operations team. I've earned a Bachelor of Management and Finance from the University of Lethbridge and hold my CPHR professional HR designation. I've worked in recruitment for 18 years and have worked in the telecommunications industry before joining banking. What I love about working here is being able to be creative and suggest new and innovative ways of doing things. I am always learning and growing and love that I am constantly challenged. The culture here is amazing. Everyone is supportive, shares their ideas, and eagerly there to jump in and help when needed. It's an environment to thrive and challenge yourself. A bit more about me. I used to be on the mountain bike downhill team in my younger years while living in Calgary. I now do my spin classes on my Peloton bike and enjoy all the challenging classes that are offered through the app. Over to you, Cynthia.
Hey everyone, my name is Cynthia, and I am a senior talent acquisition consultant supporting retail marketing and customer here at Tangerine, where I work closely with leadership to help find the best talent. What I love about Tangerine is that there are enormous amount of growth opportunities and like how much importance is given to development and growth of their people here. Also, I love the pay for performance culture where your hard work is rewarded. And just a bit about myself, I've been in the recruitment industry for 5 years, and what I enjoy the most is connecting people to not only new opportunities, but helping them land their dream job. And when I'm not headhunting for talent, you'll find me spending time with my dog Milo and my family. Over to you, Devanshi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Devanshi, and I'm a talent acquisition consultant supporting our contact center. I have a Bachelor of Commerce Human Resources Management degree and over 5 years of experience specializing in recruitment. Tangerine is known for being innovative and having an inclusive culture, so it's given me the opportunity to really think outside of the box and be creative when I'm faced with challenges. I find that the most rewarding part of my role is knowing that I truly make a difference in people's lives while contributing to the success of the business. Outside of work, I personally enjoy spending time with my loved ones, my turtle, and love watching TV. And now about our bank.
Fantastic. Well, as you all may have noticed, or as Shaw mentioned, we are not a typical bank. For one thing, we are a fully digital bank with no branches, unlike most traditional banks. This actually allows us to pass those great savings on to our customers. Although we don't have branches, we're more than just a website on the internet. We have a mobile app. We do have a couple of in-person locations, which we call our cafes, and you can also get in touch with us through our contact centers. At Tangerine, we offer customers flexible and accessible banking options, innovative products, and award-winning client service. Also, I'm not sure if any of you are interested in basketball at all, but wanted to mention that we are the official bank of the Toronto Raptors, of the NBA Canada, as well as a foundational partner of the WNBA. Also, Tangerine is part of Scotiabank, making you part of a modern fintech company culture with the benefits of a larger traditional bank. We are here to help Canadians move in one direction, forward. This is something that our team here at Tangerine lives by day in and day out. An organization's culture lives through the mindsets and behaviors of its employees. And here, we truly are here for our customers, our employees, shareholders, and the communities we serve. We have 4 core values: respect, passion, integrity, and accountability. We respect everyone's diverse backgrounds and experiences and treat everyone with dignity. We're passionate in serving our clients with enthusiasm and pride. We believe in integrity by behaving honorably to earn the trust of our clients and each other. And lastly, accountability by taking responsibility for our work, commitments, and actions with the clients and each other.
And now we'll discuss each business line to give you a better idea of what our teams do. So the business lines includes retail marketing, customer, which also includes communication and design, channels and operations, and technology. So first up is retail. Our retail team is responsible for developing digital financial offerings that have the best value proposition in the market. They work with the agile teams to act fast and help us move forward as an everyday bank for Canadians. The type of products that Tangerine offers are checking and savings accounts, mortgages, investment funds, and more. They are also responsible for making changes to existing products and providing sources for credit and financial advice. And here are some of our current openings on the slide. Our next business line is the marketing team. Our marketing team is dedicated to getting our brand exposure in the market and to ensure Canadians understand how simple and great it is to bank with us. They are responsible for the website, creating ads, and other marketing materials that you see out there about us, as well as promotional emails that are sent to existing and potential customers. A couple of opportunities include translator and senior manager of marketing deposits and investments. The next business line we will chat about is customer, which includes both communications and design. Communications is responsible for reputational risk management, employee engagement, and social media. Overall, this team works on how the public views us. Some of our current openings include change management manager and bilingual social media specialist. The other team within customer is design. Being a digital bank, our consumers interact with us through our website or mobile app. The design team is responsible for gaining knowledge through research on how consumers are using the products and services and to design ways to improve how people interact with Tangerine, which is also known as user experience. A couple of our current opportunities include digital accessibility specialist and product design lead.
As one of Canada's leading digital banks, we have a team of highly skilled technology professionals. These individuals are responsible for everything from software development, quality engineering, IT governance, IT operations, to network infrastructure and security. All our technical teams work together to enable and support our enterprise transformation into a technology company by investing in state-of-the-art IT infrastructure and through the adoption of best-in-class development, DevOps, and engineering practices that deliver effective business solutions. As you can see, there are several vacancies available right now. Please feel free to check out our careers page for more information. The channels and operations team is an essential group helping the bank succeed through supporting our business strategy, operating model, training, process improvement, and project initiatives. They are also responsible for executing and settling transactions initiated by our contact center and digital channels, and supporting various teams across the organization to provide a best-in-class customer experience. A few of the openings are listed on this slide. Again, you can check out our career page on our website.
Thank you. Our contact center is part of our channels and operations department. Through the center, our award-winning client service team support our clients' needs 24/7 by phone, email, and online messaging, and they ensure every client interaction is not just good, but great. There are 2 locations in Canada, one in North York, Ontario, and another in Moncton, New Brunswick. We hire permanent full-time client service specialists in both locations. This is a great opportunity for those that are new to the banking industry and love to interact with people. For this role, we mainly look for people with excellent communication skills and a passion for customer service. We also hire bilingual talent for those that are fluent in English and French. In this role, you will have the opportunity to gain experience within the banking world as we provide an in-depth 3-month training program to ensure you are successful. You will learn how to do deposits, open accounts, and answer any customer questions regarding their day-to-day banking services. Career progression within the contact center is awarded based on high performance and, of course, role availability. Here are some reasons why working at Tangerine is awesome. We offer competitive salary packages that include health and dental benefits starting day 1, total well-being benefits, retirement savings plan, and much more. We also believe in diversity and inclusion, and we believe it's a crucial component of who we are. We value team spirit by encouraging our team members to get to know each other through on-site and virtual coffee chats to build strong relationships. Community is part of our DNA. We value our community and try to give back and make a positive impact through Tangerine Project Forward. We are committed to help deliver programs and initiatives that inspire self-confidence, leadership, and acceptance within Canadians. Additionally, we value career development by providing access to various courses, workshops, and resources. And as mentioned earlier, we are part of Scotiabank, which means not only is there an opportunity to grow within Tangerine, but also within Scotiabank. If that wasn't enough, there are a few more reasons as to why we're amazing. We are number 1 in customer satisfaction for mid-sized retail banks for the 10th consecutive year, and with credit card companies for 3 years in a row. This is based on the J.D. Power Canada Retail Banking Satisfaction Study that was done. We have been named as one of the top employers for Greater Toronto in 2019 and also received the Ipsos Financial Service Excellent Awards. This is an annual program that recognizes Canadian financial institutions for excellence in customer experience. We are incredibly proud of each and every person that has contributed to our continued success. Now, careers at Tangerine. To access our careers page, you will need to visit tangerine.ca and scroll all the way to the bottom until you see the careers button. Once you clicked on careers, you can explore our site further and check out our culture, teams, and the benefits and perks we offer. You can also click on view current openings at the top where to learn more about our open roles and to apply online. Here you can see the job opportunities that are currently available. You can also Join our talent community at the top by setting up a profile to receive career notifications based on your areas of interest. Hopefully you were able to learn more about Tangerine, who we are, and what we do. Feel free to scan the QR code that's available on the screen to connect with us on LinkedIn. Thank you all once again for joining our event and allowing us to share about Tangerine. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to type it in the chat and we can respond. And also back to you, Shaw. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Well, why don't you leave? Oh, no, leave that. You leave your QR code there page on for now. Yeah, share your screen. Leave that. That's it. Yeah, okay. And put that in the slideshow so that
yeah, there you go.
Exactly, yeah. So we're gonna leave that there for now. So this is definitely will give a lot of you that's listening right now to scan and trying to get in touch with these 4 ladies here. So I do have some questions. Well, first of all, there are a few questions that I actually noted down from the from our viewer this morning. But I do have a few questions myself, and those are pretty easy questions. Like, for example, okay, who's been with I know, Devonshi, relax, don't worry. Yeah, okay. Who's been with Tangerine the longest among the 4 of you?
Between Alicia and I, we've both been on Tangerine the longest.
Okay, so why you've been with Tangerine for all these years? Just out of curiosity, what do you love about Tangerine?
Alicia, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay, so I love working at Tangerine because I'm always challenged. I did say this earlier in the presentation. I love that we have a collaborative work culture. Everybody's here to help and support you. I'm always learning new things. It's like working in a smaller fintech company by having the backing of a large bank. It's really great to be able to have teammates that are really fun. So they're fun and youthful and energetic. Things are never boring. It's very progressive. So that's what I love working about Tangerine.
I can speak a little bit as well from my perspective. So for myself, I personally love just the variety of opportunities that are offered to everybody, from career progression and the types of roles, but also all the training programs and the support there is to be able to follow your dream, upskill yourself, learn more. There's a lot of internal courses provided, but you can also work with your manager to get approval. If there's a course externally that's offered, you can get approval and it would be reimbursed then. So you're able to continue to learn and grow throughout your entire career here, and it doesn't have to be just through those online courses offered by Scotiabank, but anywhere externally as well. So I love the idea of just being able to continuously learn and having such a supportive culture that really encourages that. And it helps you really feel like, okay, I'm working with the best of the best, right? Everybody who just, as a high performer, wants to learn, wants to do more, wants to make things better. And Tangerine as a brand, like, we're doing amazing things. We're really helping our customers, and I can stand behind that product and brand. Just the fact that we try to pass on those savings to our customers, and we're not charging all these crazy fees that you might see at other, institutions. So as a brand, as the service that's offered, I can stand behind that as well.
Well, I tell you right now, as a Tangerine bank account holder myself, or my family, it's definitely yes. We can see that the rates that you guys offer is sometimes it's a lot more competitive than the other banks. Anyway, I'm not going to mention names there. Oh, by the way, Robbie, I just noticed you have a Tangerine jacket there. Cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's not a formal Tangerine sweater, but I figured the color is close enough, right?
That's close enough. Yeah. Now, question for all 4 of you. Just one can answer. Do you guys actually review? Which one of you actually review the job applications that when people click submit on Tangerine? Which one of you or all of you actually review job applications?
Yeah, so as Cynthia, Alicia, and Devanshi mentioned, they are all leads for specific business lines. So what that really means is for contact center, like if you're looking to apply for that customer service contact center role, Devanshi is going to be the lead recruiter who looks at all the applications that come in. So she's a person who is reviewing all the resumes, doing the interviews with the candidates, and following through the entire process. Cynthia actually owns our retail, marketing, communications design, all those groups. So she reviews all the applications that come in for those. And then Alicia deals with our strategy, operations, and channels. And so all those applications coming in go to her. And then I have another two recruiters who are our tech recruiters who do hire for, full stack developers that Alicia's mentioned, and a variety of other tech roles. And those two would review all the applications that come in.
Okay, good. Alicia, we need to talk because I have so many tech clients. Anyway, the reason I'm asking is now I'm gonna zero in on Devanshi. It's because we have some candidate that says they've been applying for jobs, hundreds and hundreds of applications and never get any reply. Now, when you do receive resumes, some of them, okay, this one is good, and some of them, most of them is like, okay, this one doesn't cut it. What do you have any tips for our viewers, the job seekers, in terms of what are some of the things that you will be looking for, like really look for when you look at resumes? So the ones that you can share with public, okay? Yeah.
Of course. So some of the things that when it comes to contact center specifically, we're looking for experience within the customer service environment. So someone that is comfortable and enjoys working with people. Because as you know, for our contact center, they're our first source of contact to our customers. So we really want to make sure that they're comfortable in that environment. So that's kind of the experience that we look for. Education, not so much, because the rest of the items on the resume, we can train because we do provide that 3-month training experience. So we do provide the other type of education during the program. In regards to experience, on the resume, we also look for, their communication skills. So even their grammar, sometimes the spelling mistakes, because I have noticed those, right? There are typos or those things, and that really does, it does point out sometimes. Other items that we look for are, aside from experience and education, it's also their, what is it called? Shoot, I'm losing the word here. But we also look at the format, and a lot of times what I've noticed, especially resumes that are coming from outside of Canada, they include a lot of personal details about, marital status, their family, all of those things that are actually not relevant at all. And I would personally recommend that those items are not included on the resume, because it's not something that we require when it comes to our openings here, especially in Canada. But that's kind of what I would say. It's that try to make it maybe a 1 to 2 page resume as well. Often I've seen resumes that are like 5 to 6 pages, unfortunately. And being very honest, we don't really spend time reading every single page. So try to keep it concise and to the point. It's always best.
Yeah.
Well, and the one thing, if I can just jump in and add, we do at Tangerine, and a lot of the other employers you'll find, we can only hire those that are legally eligible to work in Canada. So if an individual has been applying for multiple jobs and it's not evident on their application that they are legally eligible to work here, then that may be something that limits their ability to actually get callbacks from employers. And that would be the same for us. We have to make sure they either have a work permit or a visa or whatever it is, but they're legally eligible to work in Canada at the point of interview and hiring.
Okay. So folks, all of you that's listening right now, you just had a very, 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 very critical information about your job application. It's not just for Tangerine, but I guess especially if you're outside of Canada or you're planning to come to Canada, make sure you actually specify your current status. Because I know, Alicia, you said that one of your answers is that we don't hire from outside. Well, I'm not sure within Canada, but I just want to clarify, because some of them we call a pre-arrival, meaning that they already received their permanent resident status.
Okay.
Some
Yeah,
of
I'll
them,
clarify.
yeah, no, some of them actually could not come to Canada because Canada closed the border during COVID-19, right? But so I'm gonna say this to all the viewers out there: is if you are a pre-arrival client that you already received your UCI code or your permanent resident status, if you are interested to apply to Tangerine, I would suggest three things. Number one, clearly let the readers, possibly one of these ladies, know that I am a Canadian permanent resident, right? And I will be in Canada, say in April. So let people know that your status and when you're gonna be coming to Canada. Okay, so clarify that so that people would know right away. They will not, anyone that had a one-on-one counseling session with me, you always know that Shaw's target, my principle is don't give any recruiter any reason to reject you. Okay, I don't want you to try to impress them, but don't give them any reason to reject you, i.e. don't put your photo, your marital status, your gender, your date of birth, your how many kids you have, your national ID number. No, those are no need here in Canada. And as Devanshi said it earlier, very, very interesting, is we're not looking for Shakespearean type of writing, but at least in your resume, try and avoid typos. Okay, so those are all some of the things that you don't want to give recruiters these red flag about. Okay, no, because they go through hundreds and they're human beings like you are. They go through hundreds and hundreds of resumes, and so and they have a job to do. So they have their set criteria that they need, and these are all professionals. So they already know kind of basically once they look at a resume, they kind of have a good idea is whether, okay, this is a person I want to reach out to learn more. To do so is what we call an interview process. Okay, so all that's to say, like for example, I have this viewer says, I have a master's degree in accounting, control, and audit with 7 years experience as management controller and internal auditor. Is that necessary for a contact center? Probably not. Probably not, right? So just think about what kind of job you're applying for. I mean, ladies, jump in if you don't think that's correct, but this is probably not something necessary that you want to put on the top of your resume if you're applying for a contact center job.
Yeah, and I'll jump in, Sean. And what else is I think I would definitely encourage people to put their experience, right? Like Devanshi is a professional, and I will be honest, I think at least our practice, and I don't know about other banks, but we are very, very open-minded about the type of experience one brings to step into our contact center role. And so if you've had a variety of other types of experience outside of the country, that's totally great. What that will show us is that you've been in the working place, you are professional, you're going to be organized, like you've got a lot of experience where there's skills that you can apply in this role, right? And if anything, Devanshi might actually say, hey, you know what? I think I have a better role for you. Let me connect you with a different recruiter that maybe aligns with something that you may actually be a better fit for based on your experience, right? So that's totally fine. And the reason that we kind of bring up those typos and errors in grammar, it's really more about showing us that you put the effort and time into putting this resume together. And that is an indicator of on the job, you are going to put time and effort into doing things right. The other thing I'll just go back to clarify, because I know we touched on hiring people remotely or that are legally eligible. So if you have that pre-approval where you are going to land in Canada at a later date, for some roles, or many of our vacancies, actually, that would totally be fine. So if you include that arrival date or what date you're planning to come, we could still interview you and give you an offer, but we won't be able to have you start until you are physically here. Being a bank in Canada, we're just not allowed to ship any of our equipment outside of Canada to have you start working. So if you are legally eligible to work here, but you're just not physically here yet, that's okay. For most of our jobs, you can apply and be interviewed and be offered the job. Now, for our contact center, we do need you to physically be here only because your start date, like you have to come in the office to start working. And we try to hire every few months or every month to hire for the next training class. And so if we talk to you now, we can't really offer you something that starts 2-3 months later. The start date has to be when the class is starting. However, for all other roles, again, just to be clear, you can still apply if you are legally eligible to work here, even though you're not physically here yet.
Okay. Oh, so on that note, I just, sorry, Cynthia, you want to add something?
No, I was just gonna actually just say, just going off what Rabbi mentioned earlier, like, even if you have relevant experience outside of Canada and you just moved here, to make sure you include it in your resume, as well as any certification that the role may require. If you have it, do include it. Like, don't forget to add it in there. So make sure you read the job description, and if you do have some of the certifications that they do require, just make sure you include in your resume. Because for some of my roles, that's some of the things that I'm looking for is, if they have that designation or certification when I do go through resumes. So if you don't have it there, but you actually have it, it's not in your resume, I may disqualify your profile just because you don't have that must-have qualification.
Yeah. And another thing is, and I'm going to ask, I'm sorry, this is looks like a talk show here. I'm actually going to ask this question to all 4 ladies, but this is a question that I actually know the answer, but I want to see your opinion, because a lot of my client, well, obviously a lot of them are newcomers. They say, well, you know what? I'm going to apply, but I'm afraid of the interview. Why? Oh, because I speak with an accent. Then I say to them, you know what? Don't worry about it. In Canada, everybody's got accent. Okay, everybody's got accent. I mean, try and ask Alicia to speak French. I'm sure she's got a heavy accent when she speaks French. Or ask a French Canadian speak English. Some of them that have accent, but also we will talk about a little bit. Is like Canada is a country of a lot of immigrants. I would just say so. What's your take, Alicia? I want to ask you, what's your take if you do interview someone and that person actually have an accent? What's your take?
Everyone has an accent because we're Canada, so that's not a problem. Just as long as they're able to clearly articulate and express their ideas, and just keep in mind to speak slowly, because sometimes if with an accent, it can be hard to understand what they're saying. If you're doing a recruiter interview over the phone and you're in a bad reception area and it's staticky, I would rethink that, try to do it in an area where it's quiet, because if you have the thick accent and you're speaking fast and it's a choppy cell phone or it's staticky, then the recruiter is going to really struggle to hear you.
Yeah. And you're absolutely correct. And I tell you one thing though, I'm not single anybody out, but all the people listening right now from Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Because when you talk, how many times I have to tell my Nigerian clients, slow down. You can say as fast as you want. If the listener cannot understand half of what you're saying, then you really did not achieve your goal. So slow down when you talk to Canadians. Slow down. And
I could add one other thing. I think that's such a great point, Alicia, and you were both making about just slowing down and speaking clearly for 2 reasons, right? One is that the recruiter needs to assess if you are the right fill for the right person for this role. And in order to do that, she has to ask you questions and make sure that she understands your response and can say, yes, you will have the right skills, or no, you don't. And if she can't understand you, she can't say whether or not you would be good for this position. And then the other piece being, in all of our jobs, we all have to communicate with each other. We have to communicate with our leadership. We have to communicate with the business. There's such a huge emphasis on communication that it's not about an accent or no accent. It's just about, again, can people understand you and understand what you're trying to get across? You don't have to use any big fancy words in English all the time. It's just being able to get across your point and having others understand what it is that you're trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. We got some tough questions now. If you think what I just asked you guys are tough, wait till the.
I just have one thing to Sorry about the accent. The only one
Yes.
thing that I think is really important when they have an accent or anybody speaking to a recruiter on the phone, if you hold your phone right in front of your face, it muffles. So a lot of times I have to ask a candidate, can you move the phone away from your face a little bit, because it just sounds all mumbled. So just hold it a little bit away from your face and just be mindful of that.
Thank you, Alicia. Now, for those of you that had my counsel with me, you know I have a solution for that. Anyway, thank you, Alicia. Yes, that's a very, very valid point. And obviously your presentation nowadays, almost I would say majority of the interview, if not all of the interview, are conducted online. So your video image in presence also it's accounts for more. So here goes. If people are applying for IT jobs with Tangerine, do you know how many rounds of interview? What is the typical? How many rounds of interview that they have to go through? And also, do they need to take some kind of coding test, technical test through Tangerine's hiring process?
Yep, I can speak to that only because our tech recruiters aren't on the line here today. But yeah, so depending on the role, there may be a different number of rounds. So the more senior a role is versus the more junior a role is. However, some of the key things you can absolutely expect is an initial meeting with the recruiter. So that could be a fairly quick call, 15 to 20 minutes to, again, assess high level that you meet that criteria. And if all that goes well and the hiring manager is interested in meeting with you, you would be meeting with them for a technical assessment and discussion. So it would be a combination of getting to know you, hearing about your experience, sharing about the role, and then a technical discussion. So we started to move away from those take-home tests that we just email you right away. You've got to do it before you even come meet with us. We don't think that that's really a good measure. How do you know if you even want the job, right? And so let's get to know each other. Let's meet. And during that discussion, we'll go through the technical assessment. And then after that, you may meet a leader that is a bit more senior to that hiring manager. And again, if this is a more senior role, you may have to meet another leader as well, just to make sure that you have an opportunity to ask the questions. It can be a big career move. So you want to make sure you're doing your due diligence as well, and that this role is the right fit for you. So usually I'll say about 2 to 3 rounds is how many meetings there are.
Oh, okay, cool. And when you guys look at all these hundreds of resumes, is there any preferred format that you guys are, I'm kind of cheating. I'm helping the viewers to cheat, okay? Is there any preferred format of resumes that you guys are looking for?
I'll turn it over to the team. Anyone on the team want to this one?
I personally, I think I'm okay. Like I receive resumes, whether it's Google document, Word document, or if it's PDF file, like those are normally the ones I do receive, and it's something that it's okay.
And then for some of my roles, even like I'm okay with like Word document, PDFs. One of the things that I've noticed is if it's like a PDF, but it's like an image, sometimes you upload images of your resume. And that sometimes does take longer to load on my end, or sometimes I can't download it. There's difficulties opening it up. And even when I open up, it's blurry. So I would suggest, sticking to PDF or a Word just for that. But other than that, there isn't like a specific format that we do expect.
I'm sure you guys see hundreds different type of, people start with their name on the left, people start with the name on the right, people have the main name in the center, whatever. Yeah, you probably seen them all.
Of that is pretty good. I would say the only rule of thumb would be keep it to 2 pages. And I think Devanshi mentioned that earlier. Like, I don't think anybody, unless you are applying to be like the chief operating officer or like someone very senior at the top, you've got to be able to trim all the extra stuff out and keep it very focused in down to 2 pages, right? So recruiters aren't really reading past that a lot of the times, I guess, unless it is a more senior position. But it allows us to really ensure that we get a very clear idea of what your skill sets are, what are those experiences, do they line up with the job description? So another thing that, Shaw, I don't know, I'm sure you talk to your clients about is You have to sometimes tailor your resume to the job. So look at the job you're applying for, look at the requirements, and make sure you've addressed those requirements. So when a recruiter looks at it, and if it says 4 years of experience, they see those 4 years of experience. If they see a certain certification on the requirement, they see it noted on your resume. It's very easy for us to then connect the two and say, yep, you look like you'd be a great fit because you have exactly what we said we need.
Thank you, Rabia. Now, for all the viewers out there, I don't know if you guys took notes, okay? I did. Now I know some of the secrets about applying to Tangerine now. So anyway, I hope you guys took good notes, okay? Because Rabia all these ladies just share some very, very valuable information on, people say that, oh, I applied to hundreds of jobs. The first thing I ask them is, did you customize each one of them? No. Oh, okay. There's a major reason why you haven't got a reply yet. So speaking of applying for multiple jobs, so just wondering, because I know you guys have so many jobs, and some people think, oh, you know what, I can do contact center, but I'm also a software, a full stack developer. Like, say, if somebody applied to different jobs at Tangerine, and you guys notice, oh, well, this person applied for this and this and this jobs, would that in any way diminish that person's possibility? Like, would that affect you guys if you see someone that applied to multiple jobs?
I can go there if anything. Please feel free to add on, but I personally do notice majority of the candidates that I reviewed that they have applied to various positions. Personally, I think it's perfectly fine. They might be qualified for more than one, and maybe they have multiple interests, which is perfectly okay. What we do on the back end is we just make sure that they are not in any offer stages or anything like that before we do contact the individual. Let's say they've already accepted another offer, right, within the bank, but we always ask them and during the interview that I see that you have applied for other positions. Can you tell me which one are you truly interested in? We talk about the role. We ask them for their interest, because at the end of the day, as much as we're trying to fill our role, it's a career. It's their career. We want to make sure that they're satisfied in the role that we're speaking to them about. So that is what we always ask. Personally, I think it's okay to apply for multiple jobs, because you never know. You just might want to get into the bank. So it could be your way into it. But we always ask them to see what their interest is and if this aligns, and allow them to make that decision on their own to see what they would like to do.
Yeah, and I don't think the only thing I would say as a candidate to be careful of is applying for every job at the company, right? Because what we'd look at then is, say you've applied for an entry-level contact center job, and then you've applied for a senior manager of something, and then you've applied for an associate of something. So if you're applying for pretty much everything at all these different levels, to us, that creates a bit of a confusion of, do you really know what you want? Are you really interested in this job on this team, or are you just looking for a job? And even then, like, what is your skill set? If you're good for everything, what are you really good at, right? No one can be good at everything. So just be thoughtful around that. If you're going to apply, don't apply for everything. Make sure that you really are a good fit for that job, that you meet the criteria listed.
Well, let's put you on the spot. What if somebody does apply for every single job that's listed in Tangerine, and it's the same resume? How will you feel when you see, oh, that person again, oh, that person again? Would that in any way negatively reflect on this candidate?
I mean, I can hop on for this. I've had a candidate do this to me actually for a couple of roles. I've seen their resume come out a couple of times. But what I try to do is, obviously, this person is looking for an opportunity, right? So I would kind of look at the resume and see what role they would actually fit in my portfolio. And then so that way I can reach out to them for that role if they do have the relevant experience. And then for those that they don't have relevant experience for, I'll just I'll disqualify them. But then when I do connect with them, I'll let them know, like, hey, like, I know you applied for other roles as well, but I feel like you'll be a good fit for this, and this is why. And I'll speak to them to see if something they'll be interested in. And even if it's a role that they haven't applied for, but I do have it on my portfolio and I think they'll be a fit, I'll still reach out to them.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Santia. But this also kind of goes with my theory is I always tell my client, and ladies, feel free to disagree with me. I always tell my client is you never know, because 10 people read your resume, they're gonna have 10 different reactions. You know, at the end of the day, you're dealing with human beings, so you never know what kind of reaction they're gonna have. So, you know, don't think that you know, don't think that it's a one what is it? What do you call it? The just what. Just because he got rejected by someone with that resume does not mean that other people will reject you. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, it's better to go for it and get declined than to not go for it. And maybe you would have gotten a call. So always a better idea to put yourself forward.
Yeah, exactly. It's you know, anytime when there's nothing to lose, do it. You know, I mean, if you have everything to gain and nothing to lose, then do it, right? Yeah. And people say, well, yeah, well, you know, I don't really want to work for Tangerine, but I want to for top banks. What do you say about those?
Can you repeat that, Shaw?
What do people say? Well, why would I want to, if I want to work for bank, I want to work for one of the top 5. Yeah. You know, why would I want to work for Tangerine? How will you defend that?
Who wants to take that one on?
like I have a question. Is once I apply for Tangerine, I work for Tangerine, and I do really well. And is there any possibility to do? I don't even know if such a word even apply. It's called internal transfer to Scotia Bank. Is that does that even apply?
Yep, exactly. And so when I mentioned as part of the presentation early on to say we are part of Scotiabank, right? So to your first question, as you know, why would I go for Tangerine, not big banks? Well, we're owned by Scotiabank. We are part of Scotiabank. So we're actually a big bank behind the scenes, right? So we've got all of the backing, we've got, you know, great benefits packages, you know, all of that stuff that a big bank offers and the security that comes with a big bank. And then, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to turn it over to someone else on the team to answer the other part, to give someone else a chance to speak.
Yeah, well, the question is, why should I apply to Tangerine when I could apply to TD or RBC? That was a question, you know.
And even for the internal transfer piece, right? Someone can answer that.
So just like Rabia mentioned, you know, we are backed up by one of the top 5 banks, which is Scotiabank. And like she mentioned, we do get the benefits and security from a big bank as well. But also with internal transfers, you know, we still consider Scotiabank employees or Tangerine employees as internals. So when you move from Tangerine to Scotiabank or Scotiabank to Tangerine, it's an internal transfer. So when you apply to Tangerine, you work for Tangerine, you also get access to all the roles at Scotiabank and as well. So, you know, technically, like, you have access to 2 banks now, like Canada's leading digital bank, which is Tangerine, as well as Scotiabank.
Yep. And we always, when we have a vacancy, like an opening, we first look at internal applications. Yes. We also look at referrals. So someone who works here referred someone, and then we're looking at all the externals. So there is a benefit where if you are internal, we definitely want to provide an opportunity for that internal employee to grow, that we would consider them before everybody else.
Now, there you go, folks. When you apply to Tangerine, you actually get 2 opportunities. Okay. How long do you, if someone goes through the interview process and they end up, like, for example, say you end up with 3 shortlisted candidates for, say, full stack developer job. There's only 1 position open, so you made 1 offer and the other 2 obviously are disappointed. How long do you keep those candidates' profile on your system?
Oh, for a while. And let me just tell you, if there's 3 like developers, we're going to offer all of them a job right now, if you know what the market is like. but if there's others who we don't end up going forward with, there's a couple of things we'll do. So we'll partner with our other recruiters across Scotiabank and say, hey, here are other top candidates who did really well, but we only have 1 vacancy. And trust me, the market is so hot, you will be scooped up in another role internally right away. Or oftentimes we're able to say, hey, we know we're going to have another role come up in a few months. Let's stay in touch. right? So we do let them know where we're at. We don't want to keep anyone hanging and keep their hopes up unnecessarily, but we'll be very transparent and honest to say, we've got another role, or let's just keep in touch, but we're not moving ahead. So either way, we communicate that, or we try our best to bring you into Scotiabank, if not Tangerine.
Okay, well then let's go through the other way. When people apply, you guys go through it. This person might not fit because we're looking for someone with, say, 7 years experience, and this person only have 3, so it doesn't fit, right? So this person is not selected for interview. How long is that person's profile going to stay in your system?
So the profiles stay in our system. When you apply, it stays in our system for forever, to be honest, right? But what happens is, with that role that you applied to, if we've seen your profile, maybe we've declined you because you're not the right number of years of experience, you're going to get a response at some point saying that you're no longer under consideration for that role, but your profile is there. We may go back into our database later and find you again and say, hey, you know, you haven't applied to a role right now, but you're in our system from a past application, and we'd like to still consider you for this position. So it stays with us. So it's not that it disappears, but I know we've only got 1 minute left for time. So
I still have a whole list of questions. I want to end with one question to all of you is, if I'm a newcomer to Canada and I'm really interested to get into to work for Tangerine, and I need to go back to school to do some kind of to upgrade myself so that it'll be relevant to Tangerine, what certificate would you, if there's one certificate that you think will be really, really valuable to increase the chance of getting hired with Tangerine, what certificate would that be? I know that in the banks, if you want to become like say a customer service or a client advisor, they recommend that you take the Canadian security course certificate. Yeah, so that's in the other bank client service. But the thing is that, say for Tangerine, if there's one certificate that will really boost up their chance of working for Tangerine, I know I'm putting you guys on the spot here, but what certificate would that be?
I think it actually depends on what kind of roles you're interested in, right? Because someone who's interested in customer service may do a certification that's related to that field versus someone interested in like retail. Maybe, for instance, like I have like mutual funds advisor roles open, and maybe if that's a role that you'll be interested in, you may want to do a certification in that, right? So I think it comes down to the candidate and what their interest is and what kind of roles they would like to apply for.
Good answer. I like that. Rabia, you got a sharp team members on your team there, so good answer. That's a great answer. And by the way, I understand, did you just said earlier is if it's for contact center they need to go in for training? Is that mean that they physically have to go to the office?
Yes. So right now our contact center, our training is about 3 months period. That training program is on site. After the training period has been completed, there is an option to see if you would like to work from home, but it does depend on if you're eligible based on performance and other work from home criteria. Generally at the contact center right now, about 80% of our employees do work from home. So it is an option if eligible, but training right now is on site.
Okay. Just let everyone know where is your contact center or centers located in Canada?
So one is in North York in Ontario, so by Toronto region, and then we have another in Moncton, New Brunswick. So there are the only 2 contact centers that are available at the moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to jump to another meeting, but I'll let you guys all finish off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rabia.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So folks, you heard it right there. 2 contact center. One is in Moncton, New Brunswick, and the other one is in North York. Just, I guess.
In Ontario.
Are you talking about that building as soon as you get off on 404 on Steele, but it's on the south side of Steele?
Yes, exactly. Steele's in Victoria
building?
Park.
Okay, yeah. That's folks. Just so if you're not familiar with Toronto, on that street, south side is called North York, and north side is called Markham. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's good. Finally, so I live in Ottawa,
Mhm.
and I want to apply to Tangerine. So I guess it means that I need to relocate, right?
For the contact center, yes, at the moment. But other positions, I'm not sure if Felicia and
So
Cynthia.
for some of the roles that I'm working on, I support retail marketing, communications, and design here, right? So for some of my roles, we're adopting a hybrid model. So going forward, you will not be expected to be in the office 5 days a week. A lot of hiring managers and leadership, they're okay for you to just come in a couple times a week. And for some roles, even there, some teams are okay for it to be 100% remote role, as long as it's within Canada. So you don't even have to come to the office. So it really depends on the role, which team it's for. But majority of it would, for most of our teams, is going to be hybrid. So a couple of days in the office, a couple of days at home.
Okay. This question has been asked me so many times now. Do you guys offer a summer student internship program or co-op program?
We do, and that would actually go through our campus team. So we have a separate team that handles all campus, co-op or internships that they're looking for. So that is something that is the avenue that it would go through.
Okay, good. So, man, this hour. This is I tell you right now. This is probably always every week. This is the fastest hour of the week. It's every Thursday morning from 9 to 10, and it's 10:04 right now. So I'm gonna give each one of you 30 seconds to make some closing statement. Cynthia?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave us a chance to come here and talk about Tangerine and the opportunities we have. And thank you for taking the time to actually, join this call to learn about us and, asking us all these questions. So we really do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia?
Same here as well. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Alicia?
Sorry, I'm responding to the chat. I'm focused on that. Sorry, what did you ask?
No, just do you have any closing statement, for everyone that's listening?
Thank you for everyone. I'm trying to answer all your questions. There's so many. You guys are a big bunch. So if there's any questions, I will stay on a little bit longer trying to answer them all, but I don't know if I'll be able to keep up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Alicia. So I'm gonna do that later. Devanshi, I saved the best for last. Okay, you have the closings.
Thank you, Shaw. Thank you so much. I honestly appreciate you reaching out to us and allowing us to do an informational session about Tangerine. It's a great opportunity for us to get to know some of our, job seekers that are around the world. And I honestly want to thank everyone for making time to join. I know it's not 9 o'clock in the morning for you all or 10 o'clock now, but you're making the time to actually join our event and to learn about us and giving that opportunity for us to tell you how to apply or how to get noticed. And I think it's a great opportunity, of course. But again, thank you so much. You do have our, LinkedIn pages. I do see a lot of requests that have already come in. So feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any additional questions, regardless of the department. If there's someone else we can connect you with, that's perfectly fine. But feel free to reach out.
Okay, and for those of you that still have more questions for these ladies, please by all means send it to info@g-tac.ca, and we'll be happy to forward your questions to Tangerine and have them get back to you. So any more questions, just send to info@g-tac.ca, or any questions about upcoming trainings and also the upcoming 11th National Virtual Career Expo, the online job fair. By all means, send it to info@g-tac.ca. Once again, I want to thank every one of you. On behalf of the G-TAC team, I want to thank all the lovely representatives from Tangerine, and also for all of you that's listening to us this morning. So I look forward to see you next Thursday in my workshop on how to find hidden job market. And none of you ladies should come on, because I'm going to teach them tricks and how to get in touch with you guys. Okay, anyway. So thank you all, and have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening where you are, and I look forward to see you in our next workshop. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.